What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some awesome battles submitted to the channel by a member of the community, XXD Yveltal. We've seen this battler a couple times before in previous seasons, and today they submitted Shadow Glade, Shadow Politoed, and Shadow Magnezone there for the Great League. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, moving into the first battle here. Let's see how this goes. I love Shadow Glade. I love Glade in general. It's such a cool Pokemon, but we have Hypno on the lead, which is a terrible matchup, and we will see them swap into the Shadow Politoed. Now, this Hypno is deciding to stay in, and that is likely due to them having Thunder Punch right here. So we will see the first shield go up on the Politoed, but Politoed is loaded on energy, builds up to that potential Blizzard, and now is going for the Weather Ball right here. Okay, well, maybe, hopefully they can get Excellent on the next one. That's okay, but we will see them now go for Blizzard. This is why Politoed can be so dangerous. It is incredibly spammy and gains energy so quickly. The Blizzard now getting the final shield. All right, I can talk today. Let me have a sip of coffee. We'll get back into this, okay? Okay. Politoed goes down. Magnezone now is primed to come in, load up on energy, and we will have to see how they decide to handle this. They're going to go ahead and go for the Wild Charge after loading up a bit of extra energy before Hypno could get to another charge move. So the Wild Charge now is going to take out the Hypno, and let's see what decides to come in. It's going to be an Excadrill, and Glade is going to swap in right away. These confusions are chunking the Excadrill right here, and we will see a shield now on the Drill Run, which would have done a lot of neutral damage. Hopefully they can get to this Leaf Blade in time. We see a swap out into a Azumarill, so it is going to be up to Glade to really carry this team. Hopefully it can take out the Azumarill and the Excadrill, but here comes the Leaf Blade. Almost takes out Azumarill. They're going to go for another one right away, and this is going to be very dangerous as Excadrill, if it times it correctly, could potentially sweep the team. Oh my goodness, these confusions are chunking. Here comes the Drill Run. This is going to be taking out the Glade, and now Magnezone is going to have to land a Wild Charge right here, and hopefully it does enough damage. This is massively resisted, but it's from a Shadow Magnezone. Will it be enough? Boom! Yes, it is Magnezone able to take it right there in game one. Okay. Moving into the next battle, we have Glade on the lead versus Altaria. Another really bad lead right here, so we're going to see that swap out. No, they're deciding to stay in. Okay, this is perfectly fine. Confusion's now doing a lot of damage, and they're going to go ahead and swap into the Politoed, and we will see a swap out into Registeel. So Altaria and Registeel, a very dominant meta team so far on the opponent's side, but Politoed might just make quick work here with these Weather Balls. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but remember, Registeel does have access to Zap Cannon, which is the new move on it. You guys will have to use an Elite Charge TM if you want to get it, but my goodness, it will destroy the Politoed if it lands. But Politoed right now is answering with a lot of Weather Balls coming through, and let's see how they decide to play this out. They're going to go ahead and shield the first potential Zap Cannon. It might even be Focus Blast. No, it is going to be the Zap Cannon right there. So the attack did drop on Politoed, but they should be able to get to another Weather Ball. And looking to force more shields from the opponent, they might just be able to switch this mid-game right here. They do get a second shield. Switch clock is up, and they swapped into Altaria. Magnezone is now primed to take over this match. They really don't need to shield this Sky attack right here, as it is going to be double resisted because of the Steel Electric typing. They can load up on energy. Here comes another Sky attack. They don't need to shield this one as well, but they are going to. That is perfectly fine. I think if Magnezone can overload on energy right here, it should be able to potentially sweep. I imagine there might be an Azumarill in the back. So here comes the Wild Charge, going to be taking out the Altaria because of that neutral damage. And it's actually going to be a Vigoroth, but a Wild Charge is now going to be landing on the Vigoroth, and we might see a swap out right away if the switch clock is up. It is not up yet. Vigoroth is able to farm down. They're going to come in with the Glade, and one confusion is not enough damage to take it out, so they have to throw Leaf Blade now in order to take out that Vigoroth. So it's going to be up to Registeel. They're looking to swap right away, and it's going to be a race to the charge move, and Shadow Politoed is able to take it right there, as this is going to do enough neutral damage to take out the Registeel. So really good dance of Pokemon right there from this battler. Good game. Okay. Moving into the next battle. Oh, double Ho-Oh wings. We have Glade versus Umbreon. Okay, kind of tough lead right here, and we will see the swap out into Politoed, and we see a simultaneous swap into Swampert. Now, this is not looking to be a good matchup for a Swampert for two reasons. First of all, Shadow Politoed is ahead on energy, and secondly, Swampert here throwing Hydro Cannons is going to be resisted on the Politoed. So we're going to see a no shield there. And as you can see, these Hydro Cannons aren't doing that much. It's that groundwater typing on the Swampert there that Politoed's Weather Balls are able to do so much damage. So we're probably going to see a shield. No shield on this second one too. They're really getting dicey here with the HP on Politoed, but dancing a fine line with this much energy could prove very beneficial as they are able to take switch and get rid of the Swampert, which is going to be the biggest threat to that Magnezone in the back. So it is off the field. Here comes a Weather Ball now to the Umbreon, and we will see the no shield. Now, I think we're going to see the Magnezone come in. Yeah, Magnezone is going to come in. I'm curious if there is a Nidoqueen as well in the back in order to handle Charmers, Azumarill, and Fighters. That would make a lot of sense in this situation. There's the Nidoqueen. So Glade now looking primed to sweep as it can fully farm down with Confusion. We're going to see a no shield. Oh, they're going to go ahead and shield this Poison Fang. This is going to get really dicey because if Nidoqueen can get to another Poison Fang, it is going to be all over, but I don't think it can. Here comes a Leaf Blade now looking to force the shield from Nidoqueen. If they want to try to get one more charge move, they're going to let it go. So now it's an Umbreon with 2 shields. I don't think things are looking good here for this battler. Yeah, the foul play goes down. It's going to be up to Magnezone to close this game out. They're going to have to get shields now with Mirror Shot. Wild Charge will obviously do a lot of neutral damage, but with 2 shields, they cannot give up that defensive debuff. They get one with an attack drop. That is huge. Game-changing right now, in fact, for this matchup. They're going to go for the Wild Charge now, and it's going to be up to the Umbreon to decide if they're going to shield or if they're not. And they do get the second shield, but they're going to go for the next Wild Charge. Foul play now coming through. Is it going to be enough neutral damage to take out Magnezone? No, Magnezone hangs on with 1 HP and a Dream and able to get to the Wild Charge. Is this going to take out Umbreon? It is. So facing up against such an opponent with 2 shields and energy, able to turn it around with that attack debuff and shield bait and double Wild Charge. What a beautiful battle. Okay, moving to the next one, we have Glade versus Melmetal right here. So, Melmetal, very spammy, does well against the backline as well because of that Thunderbolt and potential superpower. But we're going to see a no shield here on the first charge move with Glade, and it is in fact going to be Rock Slide. So that is a good call. However, Glade is very glassy, so even that resisted Rock Slide will do a ton of damage. Here comes the close combat now from the Glade, and they do get a shield, so we will see a swap out right away into Politoed, and we see a Roserade come in. Will we see a Hail Mary Blizzard now come through to one-shot the Roserade? We don't know. Here comes the Weather Ball. Is this going to get the final shield from the opponent? No, they no-shielded it. That could have been an incredible Blizzard land, but instead Politoed now is going to opt to go for these Weather Balls, and they let them through. This means Politoed can easily shield, but they're going to go ahead and let this one go as well, wanting to save energy for their Glade. It was just a Weather Ball, so not enough damage right there. They can take switch if they want to. No, they're going to let it go. They want energy advantage, and oh, they're able to hang on, but 1 Bullet Seed is able to take it out. They're going to come in with Magnezone now and farm down. So let's see how this plays out. Will the Melmetal come back in to this matchup? They decide to come in, so they do have a charge move loaded. It could potentially be Superpower, and with Switch Clock back up, they can swap out to clear the debuff, but it is in fact just going to be a Rock Slide. We're going to see a swap out now into Glade to do as much damage as they can with Confusion, and here comes the final Rock Slide. They're going to have to shield, so things are looking very dicey here for this battle as the opponent still has 1 more Pokemon in the back and a shield on Melmetal, but here comes the Leaf Blade. I'm curious to see what that final Pokemon in the back is as they decided to no-shield it. It's going to be a Walrein, so they are able to get to the Leaf Blade in time. This is going to do so much super effective damage if it goes unshielded, but they get the shield. Magnezone has energy. Will it win the race to the charge move? This is going to be close. I think it can get to it. Yeah, it definitely can get to it in time. Magnezone now going to have a very nice endgame sweep with this Wild Charge. Boom. Takes out the Walrein. Good battle. Very well played. Okay. Moving into the next one. we have, let's see here. This one's loading up a little slow. Sorry about that. We have Glade versus Vigoroth now. Okay, so confusion damage doing a lot. We will see a swap out into Skuntank, which is very interesting. This Magnezone needs to be careful about the crunch and flamethrower damage, though. So we will see a shield now on this first charge move. It is going to be the flamethrower. So showing their hand likely has Sludge Bomb as well. But they're going to go ahead and look to go for Mirror Shots now. Mirror Shot, I don't think is going to do enough damage. So if Skuntank decides to no-shield this, they might be able to get 2 shields from Magnezone. They do decide to shield though, which is beautiful for the Magnezone as they can get to another Mirror Shot before having to shield the next charge move from the Skuntank. So Skuntank going in on 2 shields here, really wanting to take switch, but they're not going to be able to. This Magnezone is in the driver's seat and they stop that crunch now with a shield. So they're going to go ahead and load up a bit more. And we see a swap out into the Vigoroth now. I believe that was Vigoroth that came in. So they're going to be eating a wild charge. Boom! Nearly one-shots, and Glade with confusion now. Not able to take down the Vigoroth in time before the... Oh, Brick Break. Okay, I thought it was going to be Body Slam. Interesting, interesting. All right. Glade loaded on energy. Skuntank almost had another charge move. Ooh, they're going to risk it and farm down, but Glade now is going to go down to the charge move here. Likely just going to be the crunch taking out Glade. And let's see, they decide to come in with Magnezone and farm down. Oh my goodness, the last Pokemon. Hopefully, it's going to be Registeel. All right, things are looking great. Double Wild Charge here should be able to do it. This does neutral damage in this situation and probably much more than 50%. Yeah, more like 60, so that is going to be a good game, very well played. Magnezone coming in so clutch in the Great League, typically used most often in the Ultra League, sometimes Master League, but hey, looking strong in the Great League so far. All right, moving into the next battle. We have Glade versus Umbreon again. All right, so another tough lead matchup right here. Umbreon has what it takes to take on this whole team with its bulk and its energy and moveset as well. So we're going to see a close combat first here from the Glade. Gets a shield, and we're going to see that swap out now into the Politoed, looking to do as much chip damage as they can. We saw this before in a previous matchup, but let's see how they handle this one. Foul Play now does a decent amount of neutral damage there, and Politoed needs to be careful. This Umbreon is absolutely loaded, so we'll have to see if they decide to go for the Blizzard. So Foul Play coming through, Politoed hanging on with just a little bit of HP and able to get to the Blizzard in time. Well, I don't know if this is going to be enough to KO, but it still does a lot of damage. This is why Umbreon is so deadly in the Great League. It's incredibly spammy, great coverage with its moveset, and has a lot of bulk, as we can see. It really takes, unless you have a hard counter, it takes 2 to 3 Pokemon to take this thing down, which I imagine we're going to see a lot of in future tournaments. Now, we do see a Nidoqueen swap right in, so this Wild Charge is going to be resisted, but I imagine it's still going to do a decent amount of damage. It does, and they are able to swap out now into Glade, getting a bit of lag, but able to confusion down, or almost confusion down. They're going to have to shield right now, and things are now turning to the side of this battler, as a Glade with energy is something to fear. Magnezone as well cleared that debuff from Wild Charge. Umbreon low on HP. It's going to be a Nidoking. All right, so the Nidoking, Nidoqueen backline. Leaf Blade now going to be doing a lot of damage and not able to get off a confusion as Fury Cutter took it down. But this is going to be a very interesting endgame as they're going to have to go for this Mirror Shot. I believe Nidoking has access to Sand Tomb. So this is going to be a very interesting endgame. Remember, Umbreon is still lurking in the back. I imagine it has some energy here, but they're going to go ahead and shield, and it is the Sand Tomb. Things are looking dangerous. Oh no, they're going to swap out right away into Umbreon, and Umbreon has the Foul Play loaded. I think with the Sand Tomb debuff, this is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Tough one right there, but very cool team on the opponent's side. All right. Moving into the next battle, we have Glade. Oh, a bit of lag again. Glade versus Umbreon, and they are behind once again. So it's got to be this Umbreon double, a Nidoqueen, something else in the back, Skuntank that we saw before. But we'll have to see. Dark Pulse this time lands for an incredible amount of damage, and they are lagging, not able to get to the close combat in time, so things are looking very dicey right now for this battle. Oh, the close combat lands for super effective damage and takes out the Umbreon. Skarmory now comes in and Magnezone is going to lock it down. What a change of events right there. I thought this battle was going downhill because of the lag, but my goodness, close combat came in clutch. They're going to no shield the Sky attack now, obviously doing no damage, and the opponent decides to surrender. So that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. All right, moving into the next one. We have Glade versus Whiskash. Haven't seen Whiskash in a long time. Very strong Pokemon. And they're swap into Skarmory, so Magnezone is going to lock it down, and that's going to be an instant surrender from the opponent. Word of advice from experience, Skarmory is not a great safe swap in Go Battle League because it can be locked down so easily by stuff like Bastiodon, Magnezone, and Galarian Stunfisk. So we see a Machamp and now a Drapion. Now Drapion is a much better safe swap. It can apply a lot of pressure here in the mid game, even against Pokemon that would be otherwise countering it. Oh my goodness, the crunch lands right there for a ton of damage, and they need to be very careful right now. They're going to go ahead and go for the Mirror Shot, trying to get a shield now from the Drapion, which they do. Can they get to the Wild Charge in time? No, they cannot. They're going to go for a double Mirror Shot here, hoping to get a debuff, hoping to get shields and do as much damage as they can, and the Drapion throws energy as well. So this is actually a very ideal situation. They got to come in with Politoed and now load up on energy. Oh, they're going to come in with Glade. All right, fair enough. They're going to go ahead and shield this charge move. We saw Machamp on the lead for a brief second. Drapion as well is now going down, so we'll have to see what that final Pokemon is going to be. And they bring the Machamp into a Glade. Something in the back is incredibly weak as 3 Confusions take out a Machamp. Is it an Azumarill in the back? Let's see. Cross Chop is shielded. Final Pokemon is going to be a Venusaur. That makes a lot of sense. So Glade absolutely shredding through this team here with Confusion damage. And this is looking to be a good game. They do get a shield. They're going to go ahead and go for close combat now. Both of these are resisted, but close combat just does that much more damage, even though it is resisted. Oh, that's an incredible amount. They're going to swap into Politoed to close it out. These last-minute battles here are very exciting. All right. More lag. Glade versus Altaria. We're going to see the swap out right away into Politoed this time. Previously, when they faced Altaria, they stayed in. But now we see an Azumarill. Oh, this is so tough. Weather Ball and Blizzard are both resisted here by Azumarill, so this is not a good situation. But Blizzard still do a respectable amount of damage, even though that is a resisted charge move. So we're going to see most likely a Play Rough come through here from Azumarill. I don't think it's going to be enough to take out the Politoed. Yeah, not enough. Politoed hangs on, and they should be able to get to 1 more Blizzard in time. This is going to do just enough chip damage where Glade could potentially farm down with Confusion. Now, Azumarill is also loaded on energy, so it's going to be a race. They're actually going to come in with Magnezone now. Very interesting change of events, and they're going to go ahead and shield, looking to stop the charge move, and it is just going to be another Play Rough, so no Hydro Pump there. But they farm down. What is in the back, Galarian Stunfisk? No, they bring in Altaria. Something else is extremely weak to Magnezone in the back, forcing the opponent to bring Altaria into a Magnezone. This just got very interesting. It's actually going to be a Muck. Oh, the Muck now is going to get Confusioned down by the Glade, so they're going to go ahead and shield the Thunder Punch right here. No, it was just an Acid Spray. They don't shield it. Confusion now. Interesting. Confusion got through, but the Leaf Blade now is going to take out the Muck, and Altaria is going to farm down. So it's going to be Altaria versus Magnezone, 1 shield to 2 shields, and they're going to have to go for Mirror Shots. This is going to come down to Dragon Breath damage. So let's see how this plays out. Here comes the Mirror Shot, gets the shield. Can they get another one in time? Oh, this is going to be so close. Here comes another Mirror Shot. They really need an attack debuff, so Dragon Breath just hopefully does less damage. They do get the second shield. They got to go for Wild Charge now. 1 HP in a Dream yet again on Magnezone here. Is it going to do enough damage? Yes, it is. Boom! Takes out the Altaria, and that is going to be a good final battle. Very well played. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This team looked like a lot of fun to use. Shadow Magnezone taking you by surprise in the Great League, doing great coverage on the meta. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.